mambo ya bodaboda, tuongee mambo ya mama mboga, tuongee mambo ya hustler.
Dangers of the hustler narrative. Words in politics often have a hidden meaning. A speech that is seen to rally the masses could also be used to incite violence and signal the beginning of chaos. The Genocide Survivors Foundation was established in the wake of the 1994 Rwanda genocide to push for a wider awareness on how genocide begins and agitate for justice for victims of systematic violence and genocide. Since 2012, GSF has been increasingly focused on the East African country of Kenya and its Deputy President, William Ruto, and what they see is a pattern that worries them. It is a pattern that played out in Rwanda before Africa's biggest tribal clashes. Modern-day politicians are becoming increasingly resilient on casting themselves as one of the average citizens, when in reality, they grow less and less in touch with the problems of the citizenry as the days go by. PR exercises, often involving religious theater, and roadside addresses to the masses are a common feature as the country heads towards an election, when fears and sectarian passions on issues such as land reform, election justice, and resource distribution are brought to the fore, with these leaders casting themselves as saviors, when the plain truth is that they are the villains responsible for inequitable development and rampant corruption in the machinery of government. In the run-up to the 2007 clashes, Mr. Ruto introduced the term Madoadoa, blemishes, during his campaign rallies in his native Rift Valley province. This was a code word meaning outsiders, which elicited tension and violence from the Kenyans tribe against other Kenyans who had settled in the region. An independent report submitted to the International Criminal Court established that 98% of the violence following the elections happened in Mr. Ruto's political backyard, with his close associates being identified by victims as supplying crude weapons and support to the local militia involved in the murder, arson, and looting spree that took Kenya to the brink of civil war. The GFS is now warning that the ground is set for a repeat of the 2007 chaos with less chance of a peaceful resolution, as was the case in 2008. The Madoadoa phrase has been replaced by the title hustler, and with it, a subconscious army of the disillusioned is being marshaled and set against the opposition, be it real or imagined. William Ruto's past in politics is littered with numerous examples of illegal and corrupt dealings that set him apart from the average Kenyan citizen. While he does have humble beginnings, the last 30 years of William Ruto's life have taken him far away from the plebeian class. As part of President Daniel Moi's Nyayo Youth Leaders, Ruto oversaw a network of chiefs and local spies operated in the Rift Valley province and reported to a committee appointed by President Moi. Teachers, professors, student leaders, and local political opponents were routinely picked from their homes and sent to interrogation centers, most famous of which was the Nyayo House Chambers in Nairobi. Mr. Ruto's most used spy was a news reporter in Eldoret who kept the young politician up to date with local whispers and underground movements. As the Moi era came to an end and multi-party democracy became a reality in Kenya, Mr. Ruto shifted his political options to the opposition party